Hello, hello, hello. Did you like that introduction? Hope I don't get a strike on that. There is a lot of news that is out there about UFOs. For the last over a month now, we've been talking about this in our class, and I've been sharing with people. I said, there is about to be some major disclosure taking place. And we recently did a YouTube video from our Live Rising Mystics class and put it on the YouTube channel here just about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks or so ago. And it's just a lot of information that's coming out, and it's so exciting because we're in the time of disclosure of all things. And you gotta forgive my sunlight in here. I'm getting all this light that's coming in here, so my lighting is off, and so we're gonna see how it works out with this. But I wanted to do this quickly here and just share some information with you, just in case you were not aware of all the things that is happening out there regarding UFOs, aliens, disclosure, the subjects that I really like talking about, have talked about for decades and decades on the website atam.org. We've had a little tab there for UFOs and aliens for like a long time, sharing some of my personal experiences as well as speaking prophetically in what would be happening in the day that we're coming in. Matter of fact, just in the past, like I say, month or so, we've been talking about this disclosure that was going to be taking place. But I want to tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is just the preview. This is just the fire drill for what's about to take place. It's going to be happening later on this year and into next year. And it's going to get really crazy, and it's going to be a lot of fun for me. I know a lot of people, they're afraid of things like this. They don't like to talk about it, but it's exciting for me because of my experiences, my encounters, and what I have known since a child. Just look at another little article here showing you about that first article that I had up. Look at this. U.S. recovered non-human biologics from UFO crash sites. Multiple, okay? Former Int'l official says. So what is that? What is non-human biologics? Non-human biologics are aliens, beings. Some people like to make fun, little green men or whatever like that. Some of these beings are 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall, 15 feet tall, even taller than that. Some of the ones that they've discovered or recovered maybe could be smaller than that. But these beings, they come in various sizes and heights as they are coming from various star systems. And these are not demons flying spaceships, as in Christianity they would like for us to believe and stuff. There are other species, there are other beings that we share the universe with. Okay, so we are not the cream of the crop. We're not the top. Maybe there are some people in this part of the universe that might be considered like highly advanced or so, but for the most part, most people on the planet now are not there yet. We're trying to get back there. All right, so now we've shared that with you. As I said, I have a question. Okay, now in light of this news here, how is this going to be handled by the church, by the believers, by the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, the teachers, the bishops, and all of these other people that have denied these things for years and have relegated it to the realm of the demonic for just decades and decades? There are books and books out there in the Christian bookstore that say that these things are not real. It's a deception, it's a delusion, it's demonic and stuff. And now we're seeing that there is really evidence. There's always been evidence. It's just that some people really don't want to see what is right before their eyes. Now, so I want to just show you something else here before we go a little further and let you hear it actually. Hang on, let me see if I can just pull it up here for you. Okay, get this here. Let me find it. Okay, I don't have it there, but let me just give me a second and I will find that for you. Yeah, this is just going to be a little bit from the congressional hearing, just in case you did not get a chance to hear it and stuff. And I found that it was just really exciting. I listened to part of it, excuse me, yesterday, and I was going, wow, that was just amazing. That they're finally, coming out with this stuff, and they are not denying it anymore. We're going to talk about why now, why are they doing this now, and show you why. Just listen to this.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes, and here's why. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had, and you could put that anywhere. If you had one, you captured one, you reverse engineered it, you got it to work, you're talking something that can go into space, go someplace, drop down in a matter of seconds, do whatever it wants, and leave, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Now, it's very important that we show that Democrats and Republicans in Congress can come together in a bipartisan way to cut through misinformation and to look at the facts in a serious and thoughtful manner.
We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. Dadgummit, we don't work for them. And that's exactly the point. This is an issue of government transparency. We can't trust a government that does not trust its people.
Ooh, those are strong words. We can't trust the government that does not trust its people. I like the way he said it. Dadgummit, you know, tell the pentagram that they work for us. That's powerful. That is powerful.
My name is Eric Tucker,
now,
and I cover the
hang on,
FBI,
let me
Justice
just
Department, and
turn
National
this
Security for the U.S.
other thing off here. That was coming on another news story. So this is where we are. And as I said, this is just a fire drill. This is just a preview of what's coming up later on in the year. You know, I've been seeing this in the spirit for just some time. As I said, we've been mentioning it, you know, what's going to be happening. Matter of fact, about a month or two ago, I was mentioning, sharing with our group that you're going to see that Planet X, Nibiru, is going to be in the spotlight, in the news. Again, it's coming up because I've been seeing it all year. And I'm going to probably do another video maybe within the next day or so, because someone has sent me some images of things that has been spotted already. And but it's just very exciting times that we're living in, where these things are coming out. Because Yeshua said that there is nothing that is hidden that shall not be revealed. There is nothing that is covered that shall not be made known. Nothing spoken in the ear in secret that shall not be shouted on the housetop. So everything is coming to the forefront. And we as believers, the believing community, need to be prepared and need to be educated and need to understand and understand that this is real. It is happening. There is nothing you can do about it. And it's very powerful, and need to just get on board with what is taking place. Okay, what I mean by that, get your mind in the right place and realize this. I'm just going to go to my website here for a minute. I posted something about 2 months ago. It's called Terror in the Sky. And actually, it was about a month ago. I didn't realize it was that soon. Let me just go here. This is my website, atam.org. And it's very prophetic. It's been that way since the inception of it decades ago. And I often announce things that's going to be happening, not only just with high profile people, but I have visions and I see things and can even create space phenomenons, anomalies, and things like that. That's been documented here for years, where I can announce at a certain time or on a certain day there's going to be this happening, maybe in the sun or in the solar system or something like that, as well as natural disasters. But this is something that I saw here in June, and I wrote about it in June the 24th, Terror in the Sky. And I saw a series of things happening, and that brings us right into some of the extreme weather that we're having, and that I'd spoken of earlier this year. And this was in June, and when I wrote it here, and it says, at the beginning of the year, we announced that this year would break all records for high temperatures, heat, hot again. Okay, and we posted on the internet and shared some other things also. And let me just get to this part. We talked about the extreme thunderstorms and the strange sounding of thunders that's going to be heard. I also talked about the extremely large hailstones that we will start to see this year in different places around the world. I saw cluster that looked like crystal clusters. I saw hail the size of soccer balls, of footballs, actually footballs. I'm serious. I saw that. And I saw large just clusters of that you will see on TV. This is kind of prophecy here, that you will see them show on TV. I saw these tornadoes and hurricanes that's going to be happening at the same time. And this season here of hurricanes, you know, that we're coming up to, is going to be really interesting. And I saw like simultaneous hurricanes and F3 to F5 types of events taking place, that we're moving into that time now. And let's see here. I saw, let me see what I get to, more terror in the sky. Okay, here it is. Okay, I see toward the end of the year, UFOs and aliens will be on nearly everyone's mind. Okay, now I saw this way back in the spring and wrote about it last month. Okay, forcing more serious disclosures from the government. There will be a series of events that will lead to this. Okay, we've already had the Las Vegas event that took place where there were 10 feet tall being seen wandering around through people's backyards. And then now we have this disclosure taking place that took place just a couple of days ago to validating this. But what I'm telling you, that disclosure is only to prepare you for the disclosure that is about to take place. And part of that is going to be regarding Planet X, Nibiru, that is out there. It is in our inner solar system right now. And it is not just one planet, it is a planetary group with their own solar system and everything that is moving through there. And soon they will not be able to start enough fires to create the smoke so you can't see it. Soon they will not be able to put out so much enough chemtrail to hide what is out there, and do various things with weather modification technology, with cloud technology and things like that. Soon that will all fail, and every eye is going to see. Every eye is going to see these things. And I saw this in a vision earlier this year, and the Spirit said that this year, that this system would be moving back through our inner solar system, and that it would be seen, and that there would be disclosure, and that they would try to preempt this with the disclosure. So the reason why you have this congressional hearing taking place right now is because they're trying to preempt what they know that they can't stop people from seeing. And so there's going to be more disclosure come, and they just that was that was more than they've given us before. Thank God for that. And it's to basically prepare the minds of the people for what is about to take place. But see, there is a scripture. Let me find this for you here, that I've used for decades in telling people about what's going to happen on the planet regarding the aliens and things of that sort. And if you really want to know what these things are, you're going to have to go to, I have another video, you'll probably see it at the end of this video. It's called UFOs and Aliens in the Bible, to really understand what these things are, because I'm not going to go over all of that in this session here. But look at this one verse here, and it says, men's heart. Oh, look at, let me just go here first. And it speaks about these wars that's going to take place. Of course, the predators would say that all of this took place in 70 AD. No, it did not take place, all this, in 70 AD. There are things that are yet to come. Some of this took place in 70 AD. But it says here, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, the constellations, and upon the earth is stress of nation and perplexity, and the seas and waves roaring. Okay, this is speaking of, right during the time of what we're going to see is happening in the Middle East, as well as Russia, Ukraine, and various places as these wars expand and stuff. It's going to be like a mixture of things happening, the climate change and all of these things. But the part here, men's heart failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming upon the earth. Notice here, he's talking about the signs that are up there. They're going to be looking and seeing things coming upon the earth. And part of this, what they're going to see is the Nibiru planetary system. And it's going to become very scary for people. As I said in a previous video, and as I've said for decades, I remember Spirit said to me, one day you will be able to look out your window and you will see other huge planetary systems right in your atmosphere. You will see just planets moving, just like what you see maybe like on Star Trek and these other movies that they say is sci-fi. You will see that. And so a lot of people are going to see these things, and they're going to see some of these beings, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for them because of what our Western concept of beauty. Men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming upon the earth, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. This is talking about space quakes. I prophesied about this many years ago and even pointed out before I had ever even heard the term space quakes and stuff, and spoke, when things would be happening, and they did happen, and the news came out and said it was a space quake. The same thing I had said. Now, the same thing that Yeshua said 2,000 years ago. I'm just only pointing this out to you, and that these things, that we're in a very, very just exciting time. And it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, they're beginning now, very, very early stages, begin to come to pass. Look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. That's what Yeshua said. That's Luke chapter 21. If you read Luke 21, Matthew 24, and Mark 23 together, you'll see that same message that Jesus spoke at the Mount of Olivet, I believe it was, that same that he gave there. And you can get a little bit more from different parts when you read it together as the ones that were recording what they said, And so, but that's where we are today, and it's a very exciting time. But for those who are not prepared mentally, psychologically, and spiritually and stuff, as Yeshua said, men are going to be looking up. People are going to be looking up and seeing what is happening. And their hearts are going to fail. They're going to have heart attacks because they're going, wow, I wasn't told about this. We were told that we were the only ones here, And you're going to find out that there are others that are here. Some of them are humanoid. Some of them are reptilian. Some of them are insectoid. Some of them are amphibian. There's all kinds of various chimeras. You even see it mentioned in the Bible where Yeshua, where the scripture, the prophets speak of these beings that had 4 faces. One of the faces looked like a man, another face looked like a lion, an eagle, and a bull. Okay, so these are chimeras. That's what it's called. And so it's just an exciting time, and I just wanted to just tag on that to let you know where we are, to look up. Your redemption draws near, because this is just the very beginning of things, of what's about to happen. And it's very exciting, and it should be exciting for you when you know who you are and you know whose you are and the things that are happening. But one more time, I'll just mention this disclosure that they gave us on the 26th, just a day or so ago and stuff. That is only a preview of what's about to happen. And I wrote down here, let's see here. Remember Reagan back in 1985, he said at the UN, because he knew, he says, is there not an alien force already among us? And he was talking to Gorbachev and the Cold War and stuff, and the nations were beginning to stand down because they had missiles pointed at each other about ready to blow up the planet. And so Reagan said that if we came to discover that there was another force out there that could be a threat to us, maybe it would take something like that for the nations of the world to come together. And then he went on to say, is there not an alien force already among us? And yes, there has been, and they've known it for years. And as we've just heard, they back engineered things. There's been collaboration with various entities as a part of the Federation that is out there, and it is real and it is exciting. And so just wanted to give a shout out to that and let you know just a wonderful time that we are in, and to keep looking up, as Yeshua says, lift up your head and look up. Lift up your head and look up. You're going to be seeing things. Take pictures of the night sky, take pictures of the day sky, because there will be images that you will see there that doesn't belong there. And so don't doubt your eyes. You're going to see these things. And it's just at that time we've crossed that threshold, what I call a threshold of the way when I sense and see things, we've crossed that threshold where a lot of things are going to accelerate. And that's a reason why for the disclosure, because they can't keep it hidden any longer. They really can't. And everyone's going to see. All right, let me just end this. And we'll follow up with this with another short video, probably about Nibiru, and show you some things. This is all fulfilling some of the prophetic word that the Spirit just gave us a few months ago that's happening. Have a great weekend. And let me see if I can find some music here to go out on. If I can get my, find my X file here. Here we go.